Everybody, let's go. Get up. Right, today, perhaps a little longer than 5 minutes, but we're gonna keep it simple. Right, we want to stimulate fluid movement. Like I've been saying, this is day 4. And we also, today, are gonna do some movements that will help release some lines of fascia. Run along muscles. So fascial release, lymphatic movement, let's go. Right, these are our jumps today. You can visualize picking up a wet piece of clay and just throwing it to the ground with a little bounce. A little bounce. Right, just 2 more. Nice. All right, let's shake out the hands. We're gonna do our heel lifts. The heel lifts are the ones where we kind of reach up high. You don't have to reach up really high. Maybe lower the arms and just lift up the heels. How about that? I would rather have like a fluid movement than overstretching up and having a hard time. So let's just do little movements today. Raise the heels and drop it down. 4, 5. Breathing. So let's think more a little bit today about that fluidity instead of overstressing, right? Last one. Here we go with the single arm, right? You can call them single arm swings. You could also call them single arm swims, right? 5, 6. Bend knees, stick butt back. Try not to have any rounding. Seems like every time I talk, I lose count. So let's just go 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it. We're on to the twist. I do obviously like to widen my stance, stick that butt back. Almost think of this like a Heidi-ho. Heidi-ho. Right? Aw, shucks. They call this affectionately a trunk twist. Right? Think about where your arms go. Sometimes I'm going like this, and maybe it should be a little bit more twisting. So think about that. Is it this, right? Or is it this? And just notice how it feels. Which one do you like? All right, that's enough for that. Today we're going to do some circles. Notice my range is not really big. I'm not trying to do a full range. I'm limiting the size of my circle so that I can be fluid with the arms, right? If I was doing really big circles, I think I would have a harder time in the joints. Let's reverse. So just think of it as smoother, smaller circles rather than large, difficult circles. Some blue skies today, or at least not rain, shall we say? Nice. All right, here we go. We're gonna do ragdoll twist. Keep your heels down and just let your arms as if they were sewn to your shoulders. They're just filled with cotton. You got no muscles in there, no bones, right? Ragdoll twist. I'm trying to go for a count of about 20 or less. If I do 20, for every single thing we do, we'll probably run over 10 minutes. So a little less would be better, let's just say that. So on that note, 2 and 1. All right, good. Golf swing is next, so just a bit of wider stance and swing those arms. 4, let's just count single. 5, 6, 7. Hello everybody, let's go, get up. And that's enough. Let's move on to our knee taps. I noticed that I slap my knee a lot, so I'm only using the heel of my hands, nice and quiet, or at least quieter. Try to stand up tall. Turn on the ceiling fan if you need to. Open up that door. We're creating just a little bit of heat today. Ooh, the next one looks difficult. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So windmills. I'm going to caution this one a little bit because we don't want to overdo it. If you're comfortable doing it, great. If it's not, limit how far you reach down. So windmills, right? This is a windmill. All right, 1, 2. Put a small bend to the knee. 3, 4. Just reach like this. 5. Quarter, right? Halfway. So you don't have to go all the way down to your toe. I like this better. I'm not going to go all the way down to the toe. This is nicer. You can even put a little bend to the knee as you get over there. Look at how we're just modifying and changing it up as we go. Right. Let's just do 4 more. Nice. Now we're going to do full body twists. Right, you can have more structure. I love the heel that lifts. So when you swing, the heel that's behind you is going to move. Nice, beautiful. This has some energy to it. Ooh, it comes all the way up. And we are trying to affect those fascial lines. Right, they cover and coat so much of our internal structures. They're like a network system. So we're trying to really affect those, not just a couple muscles here or there, but that whole fascial line. All right, that's going to be it for that. Next one is going to be ballet squat. So we're going to stay wide in the legs and the arms. So we're going to bend the knees, always stick your butt back, right? And up. Wide knees, 2, 3. Remember, limit. You can limit. 4. It doesn't have to be huge movement, right? 5, 6. What are you comfortable with? 7. That's what counts. 8, 9. And effort counts. 10, right? 11. I'm trying to really keep track of this one. 14, 15. Hopefully I'm not off. 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh yeah, the last one, I have all of my stuff written down right here, is step backs with wide arms. So I've never even done this before. So we're just gonna step back and wide arm. And we're gonna alternate. 2, 3, maybe no heel down is better. 4, 5, 6. Good, 7. Good, Deb. 8. You're doing well. 9, 10. Halfway there. Let's go. This is going to end it for us. Maybe we'll do just a little hip circles, little, of course, rolling of our joints, hands and ankles. And just since I've, again, stopped counting, this is going to be the last one right here. All right, good job. Shake out those arms. Let's swirl the hips. Roll those fingers, ankles. Take your hands to your heart center. Have an amazing day.